for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. It would never understand how brave and strong you truly are. The obstacles that was placed in front of you. Days when you couldn't even see. To relate to you. My content is not for everyone. Imagine waiting for that door to open from someone actually that was supposed to protect you and love you. But they didn't know how to show up for you. Every time you turned around, you was reaching out at the end of the day with open arms. But they didn't know how to love you. All they did was project pain. All they did was play nothing but mind games. It wasn't an even exchange. Folks looking at you like, how could someone do that that brought you into this world that was supposed to love you and protect you? But it really be the thought process to me. How they forgot to actually love you and say, I love you. The energy is different. You saw a view at the end of the day with your lens that you couldn't relate to. How was they able to show up for everybody else but you? Got you truly feeling lonely. Feeling like you did something wrong. And it wasn't you. They try to blame you when they least expect it. But only to realize, hold on 1 second. The math didn't add up. They just didn't like you. They had so much hate and animosity within them. Jealousy. Everybody's story is different. When it comes to their walk of life. You rejected yourself for so long, all because someone didn't know how to show up for you, protect you, let alone love you. Damn, it had to be your own folks that had to cause all this chaos and confusion, disturb your peace, to break your heart. Wow. Imagine your moms and your pops being the first persons to break your heart. When they were supposed to protect your heart. Certain individuals would never understand your walk of life. Why did they not choose you? What did you possibly do to these folks for them to go against you? When you didn't have to do anything besides be yourself. Everybody's walk of life is different, and I say that respectfully. Imagine you being so gifted and talented at the end of the day, and they just had so much jealousy and envy because it wasn't them that God had a plan for. It was you. It was your beauty. It was your smarts. It was your strength, you being yourself. They couldn't go within. Everybody's walk of life is different, and I say that respectfully. How certain individuals had to play with sport in a toxic way just to kick you down, disturb your peace. Paint you out to be smart you truly wasn't. They try to label you a number, say that you need a straight body jacket, but God said no. They were saying they're labeling you that you was crazy. Saying that you're slow, stupid, and retarded. To diagnose you, to get a check at the end of the day, but the math didn't understand. The math didn't add up, and folks didn't understand. Why would you do this to this baby? My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Everybody's walk of life is different. Folks been abandoned. They didn't know what love was. Looking for someone at the end of the day, didn't know how to show it for them, but all they did was do them wrong. Imagine being sexually assaulted by someone that was supposed to protect you, let alone love you. The energy is different. Individuals would never understand how could your own parent do that to you. Let alone someone that said they were supposed to be your guardian, that was supposed to protect you and love you. They paint you out to be the bad guy, but never the good person in their eyes. Because of the fact that they had so much hate and animosity. All they was doing was projecting pain. And it wasn't an even exchange. Imagine having your arms open for someone to say they love you, but they didn't know how to show up for you. All they loved at the end of the day was their addiction. All they did was project pain. It wasn't an even exchange. When they got around certain folks at the end of the day, they put on a mask to show you at the end of the day what fake love looks like up close in person. And you never understood an even exchange. How could you put on a show when folks is around me? But when they're not around, you have so much hate and animosity. You wear your mask so well. Everybody's walk of life is different when it comes to healing trauma and pain. what happened to you that day. It really be the thought process of me. A child shouldn't have to beg for love from their guardian that was truly supposed to protect them. Even if their upbringing was chaos and confusion, they knew how to love everybody else but that baby. You know, this type of stuff happens. How folks have other children at the end of the day. It's not about being jealous. Far from that. Because that's the first thing that someone is saying and throwing in somebody's face. Oh, you jealous. Nah, that was never the case because I wasn't trying to catch a case. The energy is different. How could you be there for everybody else and everybody else's children, but you forgot to love your own? It really be the thought process to me. How could you do them wrong? A straight A student, someone smart, gifted, talented, loving. Everybody want to be around. That's why they didn't like you, because you had good intentions. You had a life that was truly bright, and they didn't gasp at the end of the day why it wasn't them. An innocent baby, was it you? It really be the thought process to me. Everybody's story is different. How do you heal from being abandoned? How do you heal from someone not saying I love you? How do you heal from someone going against you, choosing everybody else but you? How do you heal from that? Where do you start? How do you actually show up for yourself to recognize your smile, not to see yourself frown, but to be strong? They would never understand, hold on one second, what it took for you to stand for yourself today. That you are so brave and you are so strong. The lack of love. You had to find yourself to truly heal to go within. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But this type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it. And someone doesn't have to manipulate the outside world to tell their story, and I say that respectfully. A child endured trauma. A child endured not hearing I love you. A child endured physical, emotionally abuse. And you sit there and say, well, if they're there, if that guardian or that parent is there for all the other children, how can someone do you wrong? A person could wear a mask real well. That picture perfect picture at the end of the day is truly inexistent. But behind those tears at the end of the day was true pain. Someone truly hiding that day in the most unhealthiest way. You know, sometimes a child can't speak up for themselves because when an adult has control over the narrative, and when that child becomes an adult, that adult still wants to have control over the narrative because they're a narcissist. You're there for everybody else's child but your own. You're there supportive, the biggest cheerleader for someone else's child but your own. You're able to go sit at a hospital but your own. You find out someone's child passed away, but you couldn't sit there and help your child grieve because they just lost someone. You couldn't even pick up the phone and tell your child you love them. All you want to do is hear what they got going on when it comes to their business, when it comes to their financial stability. And just do them wrong. That's all it was about, was money. But never not one time you actually said you loved your child. You were so supportive to everybody else. So supportive. But you forgot to show up for your own child. You broke the smile of your own child. A first heartbreak. You did that to your own child. You're supposed to protect your baby heart. You're supposed to protect your baby from the boogeyman. But you didn't even know how to show up. You showed up for everybody else's situation. You showed up for someone being sexually assaulted. You knew how to be an emotional support team for them, but you didn't know how to be an emotional support team for your own child. You closed the door in your child's face, but you allowed the door to open to a stranger and allow someone into your household. But then when your child speaks up, they're dead wrong. Because you did them wrong. And you don't want to look like the bad guy at the end of the day. Because you feel like, oh, well, I take care of my other kids, so the narrative won't look the same as to what they're saying. They're going to be looking at, they'll be looked at like they're the one that's crazy when they express themselves when they come to their own pain. And I'm going to manipulate them. I'm going to humiliate them. I'm going to disrespect them when I pick and choose to. Yeah, that's my child. This type of stuff happens when you least expect it. And the first thing certain adults, when they look in and they say, why? Why you? Why you? What did you do to your parent for them to go against you? What did you do to your parent? First of all, hold on 1 second. A child is not deserving of being sexually assaulted as a child. A child becomes an adult, and a parent should not be trying to psych them out their own free will, sending this person, sending that person into their life to bring harms their way, all because of hate and animosity, all because of evil dollar. Just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean it's not happening in someone's household. And you sit there and say, how? My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Your first heartbreak. You didn't know how to reach out to somebody to express how you felt. It became the norm to hold everything in. It became the norm to not express yourself to folks at the end of the day, because all they wanted to do was kick you down and disturb your peace because of the lack of love that you endured as a child. And it went into your adulthood because folks just wanted to see you frown. Imagine just being a good person coming into somebody's life and respecting them and being genuine and being authentic and not having malicious intentions and being nothing but loyal to somebody, and they're not used to it. And when someone is not used to it, they cause chaos and confusion to disturb your peace. You know how that person that says they're looking for someone to love them properly, how they're looking for that picture perfect fairy tale, and that God builds up within somebody. So when that person comes into your life, they will treat you right, and only for you to realize, hold on 1 second, you wasn't ready for someone to respect you. You wasn't ready for someone to love you. You wasn't ready for someone to be on the same page with you when it came to common sense, when it came to communication. You wasn't ready for letting go of your past. Third-party conversations. When someone wasn't in tune with stuff like that. When you're so used to playing the mind manipulation games at the end of the day to cause confusion in someone's life. And they was willing and able to treat you right. You know, someone can literally walk into your life and not take your kindness for weakness. You know, it's someone that can literally walk into your life and truly value your time and day without excuses. It's someone that could truly walk into your life. Actions spoke louder than words. They heard everything that you asked for. They heard everything that you've been through. And they was not trying to project any negative energy towards you. All they wanted to do was bring the best out of you. So because you was not used to someone being loyal, honest, respectful, genuine, and kind, you thought someone had malicious intentions. And hold on 1 second, you sat there and just waiting so it's time and day, and they just gave you the rundown. Hold on 1 second, I don't play those type of switch up games. I don't know what you've been through, but I was being real with you. The energy is different. Because someone, regardless of their upbringing, they can walk into someone's life and not disturb anyone's peace because they know how it feels for someone to break their peace before they actually acknowledge they had peace within them. This type of stuff happens every single day. Just because it's not happening in your household, it's happening in someone else's household if someone endured it and experienced it. They say fairy tales don't exist, but that's a lie. It is. Someone can truly walk into your life and truly complete that part of you when it comes to a healthy relationship. Even days when you can't see, you feel like you can't choose you, you don't want to choose you. Someone just uplifts you without even trying hard. It just reminds you of why you fell in love with them from the very first time. Like when the outside world is against you, that person betters you. It's like an addiction, a drug at the end of the day that you cannot buy in a store. No doctor can cure. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Love is not built on manipulation. Love is not built on psyching someone their thought process, they fear in their pockets or their eyesight. You know the uncomfortability someone has to feel at the end of the day for someone to go against them when they try to bring the best out of them and someone cannot meet them halfway. It should never have to wait until you experience a heartbreak and you was the one with malicious intentions and you realize, hold on 1 second, the right one got away. To be mindful, stop taking people kindness for weakness. Because the negative energy that you project on an innocent person that didn't have to do you wrong, you're going to come across someone at the end of the day that you're truly interested in, and they're going to do you wrong. And someone doesn't have to wish bad on you, but you ask for it. And I say that respectfully. Be mindful how you treat somebody. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. My time. When someone walks into your life, value their time. And especially when they don't have malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully because there are still good people in this world, regardless to someone's upbringing. Not everybody is the same when it comes to chaos and confusion. It's certain individuals that had an upbringing and they didn't know how to love. They didn't know how to respect folks. But that didn't turn them into the people that made them feel that way. Somebody was abandoned. That didn't mean someone had a child and they had to go abandon their own children. No. Someone decided to have a child and they did the complete opposite as to what their upbringing showed them. They protected their baby. They loved their baby. They found tools to make sure they do the right thing by their child. Because they don't want their child to go through what they've been through and what they endured. The lack of love, abandonment issues, trust issues, respect. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And just because someone didn't show you how to love or what love is, I say this respectfully. It's a lot of individuals, and I say a lot. Just because they wasn't taught something, don't mean they endured it. And I say that respectfully. They didn't have to project what was done to them on someone else. Because that feeling of being rejected, that feeling of being abandoned, that feeling of not having the proper people around them, they know how it feels. So why would they want to project it on someone at the end of the day? To be reminded of what they've been through. It's not a good feeling. Because these type of emotions, it catches up to you later down the line when you least expect it. And I say that respectfully. Your karma may not come right there and then, but it sure enough sneaks up on you when you least expect it. That's why you gotta be kind to people, be mindful and wise when the good God places someone in your life that treats you right. Because we are all not the same when it comes to chaos and confusion to disturb someone's peace. Respect is a two-way street. And I never understood this. And I say this respectfully, and I think I would never understand it. And that's okay. How you don't have to know somebody, right? But you just don't like them for no personal reasons. And then it took a group of people to go against one person. And not one time did anybody think to themselves and say, you know what? Let me get to know this person. So you decided to listen to what one miserable person had to say about an innocent person. So this whole entire time you was already going against the person because you never had the common sense to say to yourself is, let me give somebody a fair chance. I'd rather listen to what he say, she say, got to say about somebody, and I'm going to just kick somebody down and disturb their peace, and they didn't even do anything to me. Someone chooses to love themselves, regardless of their upbringing, and you can't relate because someone has confidence, and it looks real good on them too. Continue wearing it well. Keep wearing it well. I say that respectfully, neighbor. Someone understood, regardless to what they've been through, when certain individuals antagonize them, how they didn't get out of character because they know what they can actually be. And because you didn't get a reaction out of somebody, you had to go a milestone a little bit too far than what you did just to see somebody frown. But God continued to elevate somebody when you try to kick them down. I never understood this. Like, y'all gang stalk somebody, y'all throw spark in a toxic way, y'all try to energy harvest on somebody, y'all do come to me spells, y'all do rituals and all this weird stuff or whatever the case may be, just to stop somebody from loving themselves because you're not at peace with yourself and you don't understand that. Hold on 1 second. I bet y'all get a reaction out of this person at the end of the day. They're not who they say they are. And all they was doing was being themselves this whole entire time. No lies told. You listen to third-party conversations of someone that was truly miserable that didn't even know how to go within and love themselves. And they like to control people. They like to manipulate people. They like to humiliate people. And it just tells a lot about your character traits at the end of the day. How you pick and choose who you want to bully. And especially when you see potential within somebody. It doesn't matter if they have money or not, if they're financially stable or not. You just saw somebody in their own lane, and they just knew how to respect you, and you said that they was doing too much. Why? Because they knew how to respect you, something that you're not used to, and someone wasn't clout chasing for likes and views. They wasn't doing too much. They were just being themselves. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But healing trauma and pain is not a race or overnight process. It's not. But you are worthy of choosing you. You had abandonment issues. You had the lack of love. Nobody showed you what love looks like up close in person. You know how it feels to be in an abusive household. You know how it feels to be in a household where the love was truly fake. It was. It wasn't love. That wasn't a household. It was nothing but chaos and confusion. You know how it feels to deal with a parent that's an addict. It was beyond your control. You had to sit there and be alone. Nobody there to hold you and tell you it's going to be all right. Nobody there to hold you and tell you that they truly love you. When a child has to grow up fast, the outside world will never understand to relate to your shoes that you truly had to walk. And you wasn't doing it for likes and views, let alone cloud chasing, because it was truly your reality. It was your reality. And it wasn't an overnight process for you to choose you and recognize you are worthy to love you. That unconditional love, a love language that folks would never understand. How you still show up for yourself today? How could you love yourself? Being bullied as a child. No child should have to endure being bullied as a child. And being bullied in the household. Or being neglected in the household. Being abandoned in the household. And then you gotta go into the real world and still deal with the same thing. And certain folks couldn't even help you because they knew what was going on. and they didn't want to get involved. They could have protected you, but they chose not to. They knew what was going on behind closed doors. They knew that you wasn't eating. They knew that you was being sexually assaulted. They knew them folks wasn't good for you. They knew they was doing spell work in a toxic way towards you. Everybody knew what was going on. You'd be so surprised when folks, at the end of the day, on the outside point of view, how they wear a mask so well, how when they see you in the street, they fake smile in your face type energy, and they sit there and say, I got your back. But they never showed up. They never showed up. That broke your heart even more, because you knew they knew. And especially when you knew that they knew, and they didn't do nothing to help you. You don't hate them. You forgave them. And you don't hate the people who brought you up either. You forgave them because you put it in God's hands. Yeah, that right there is called maturity. That right there is called growth. That right there is called, you know what? God wasn't playing about you. When God freed you, when God removed those cords that was holding you and draining you, you was dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD. You put a name in your book when it comes to your mental health at a child's point of view. It was so draining, it went into your adulthood. And then to come to find out, the people that was doing spell work was projecting that you look at yourself like you was ugly. Because they knew that you was so beautiful. They knew that you was handsome. They knew that you had a purpose. They knew that one day you won't go back into that revolving door. They knew that one day you wouldn't have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. So they had to kick you down. They had to paint you out to be something that you truly wasn't. Oh, because of the fact that God had favor over you. God had favor over you. And because God had favor over you, God showed them better than she and he can tell them at the end of the day, because I actually spoke so louder than words. God put you together. God got you right. Even days when you was feeling a little unbalanced, being homeless. They was quick to say, "Oh, once you became homeless, at the end of the day, you're not stable enough to take care of yourself." But come to find out, they was doing sport work with you in this whole entire time, so you would not be able to prosper in life. This type of stuff happens when you least expect it. It may not be happening in your household, but sure enough, it happened in someone's household. How someone can have so much ill intentions to project spell work on a child that they fake love. I wouldn't do that to my child. But you did. And you endured that. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And you're so brave because you stand before yourself today. All the chaos and confusion that was endured within you. When it comes to spell work, when it comes to abandonment issues, when it comes to the lack of love. And they always wanted to point the finger at you as if you was the problem. But what happened till before you picked up the bottle? What happened before you picked up the blunt? What happened to that? Did they forget to mention what they did before all of that? They forget to mention that part. You know, before you started to pick up the bottle and have a drink, before you picked up that blunt at the end of the day, they forgot to mention what transpired before all this chaos and confusion. Because now they want to paint you out to be the bad guy because you decide to have a drink. This type of stuff happens every single day. How they take a situation and manipulate it and paint you out to be the bad guy, but this whole entire time, you wasn't. You was crying out for help and they didn't know how to show up for you. So they painted you out to be someone emotionally unstable. So because they painted you out to be somebody emotionally unstable, it looked good on their favor. So now everybody else is looking at you like you're crazy. Oh, you're just a drunk. You're just an addict. And you really wasn't. And to come to find out, they was doing spell work as well to make you have that mindset to be an addict. Everybody's story is different. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing, because you can't play with the good God when the good God was in the room. And I say that respectfully, because God is not manipulation. God is not for sale. And then when you start to get your life together, here they go. They quit to say, oh, now you want to talk about God. God don't love you. Imagine your own folks telling you that God don't love you. But they see at the end of the day, they wanted you to beg for help. They want you to sweat them. When you was going through a bond, when you was going through a situation and you couldn't even see. And God picked you up. And they don't understand, damn, I thought I kicked you down. So you won't be able to see your faith. I thought I kicked you down. So you can't relate to truly loving you. Go with it. It's sad and disgusting how a mother or a father can set their own child up for someone to bring harm towards their way. And that child doesn't have to manipulate nobody. That child is not crazy. That child is not slow, stupid, or retarded. How someone can do something for an evil dollar. An evil dollar. How someone can be so jealous and envy over their own child because this type of stuff happens. Just because it's not going on in your household does not mean it's not going on in somebody else's household. And just because how you take care of your household at the end of the day, that does not mean everybody's that same way. And I say that respectfully. Just because you respect your children, it's some people that don't care about respecting their own children. It's some people that would never change. They would paint this picture at the end of the day that, hey, this is what's really going on. And they will will you in. They would probably even do spell work on you too because of their looks. They will will you in and let you believe something that it truly isn't. And that child didn't have to do anybody wrong. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And this type of stuff happens every single day. How a parent that's supposed to protect their child, but they're there for everybody else. And they will paint a picture of something that truly isn't. Or because of the fact that someone really doesn't like their own child. And this type of stuff happens every single day. This doesn't have nothing to do with someone's sexual orientation. It's bigger than that. Imagine someone coming out the womb of their mother, regardless if that was a teen pregnancy or not. All those years still done bypass, and you still have hate for your child. Your child becomes an adult in the first mindset that you have when you talk to certain individuals. Because you won't say it to you. They don't say this to just anybody. They say it to certain individuals. If it was any other if it was any of my children, the one I would have got rid of was that motherfucker right there. The one that made sure that you was okay when you couldn't see. The one that had your back when you couldn't relate to you. Because it's children at the end of the day, from a child point of view, that had an impact in their parents' lives. And their parents won't give them the credit when it's due because it's that child. When everybody was going against this person, that child stood up for that parent. When that parent was being abused, that child stood up for that parent. When that child should never had endured their parent being drunk, that child cleaned that parent up. My content is not for everybody, and everybody's walk of life is different. But respect is a two-way street. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And it's so sad and disgusting to see how adults that are parents will go against a child at the end of the day because of what they endured, and you paint them out to be a liar because of the fact that you decided to listen to the parent and not know what was really going on behind closed doors. And only realize, hold on one second, it should never have to wait until you see someone on the news to realize, hold on one second, this MF just fooled the heck out of the whole community. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Or imagine this, because this type of stuff happens. How one parent is paid to stay away from the child, the blood-related child. How do you do that? How you there for your other children and you conceive more children to bring them to the world, but someone pays you to stop loving your own child, or someone pays you from not having a bond with your own child? How does that work? Because this type of stuff happens. It may not happen in your household, but it's damn sure happening in someone else's household. It happens. How someone had to endure trauma. And they didn't understand what love looks like up close in person, but they still know how to love. And it's more disgusting to see that a woman can kick the next woman down, and especially if you have children. Just because you protect your children, somebody's walk of life is different. And I say that respectfully. They wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing, no. And this is what happens, what I don't understand about certain individuals, is you come into someone's life just to hear what they got going on when it comes to their past, just to disrespect and humiliate them, and you sit there and say that you're a woman or a man at the end of the day. And you sit there and say that you're grown, you're an adult, you're mature, but you lack self-awareness. You lack self-control. Because how dare you disrespect the innocent person because of their pain and what they endured and what they had to heal from and what they're still healing from. Just because you didn't endure it doesn't mean just because you didn't endure it, it doesn't give you the right to laugh at somebody. And then you gotta sit there and talk about an innocent person amongst a group. It just tells a lot about your character traits. It does. My content is not for everyone, but this type of behavior, it goes on, it's been going on for so long, and it's not the norm. It's not. Someone dealt with being abandoned. Someone dealt with a lack of love. The disrespect was real. Having an abusive parent that was an addict, or they had certain addictions. They was a DV victim. Everybody's story is different. That child is so brave. That child is so strong. Someone did you wrong, but there are good people still out here with no malicious intentions. And they not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing to be in your life. Because everybody is not the same. They're not. They would never understand what it took for you to truly go within, to find peace within and relate to you. Even days when you was disturbing your own peace, asking God for what direction are you going. I don't know how to love me, I just want to find me. I don't know how to find peace within, can you guide me? I don't want to give up on me, please don't show me another person that's going to kick me down and discourage me. I'm just trying to choose me. I don't want to live in fear because someone doesn't love me. I want to believe in my faith. Please give me the strength that everything's going to be okay. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or overnight process. Childhood trauma was endowed within you. Being sexually assaulted, dealing with hate crime, discrimination, violence, being diagnosed by that doctor, dealing with dysfunctional folks became the norm. This type of behavior went into your adulthood. It was supposed to make you become your own worst enemy. You wanted a chance at life to become your best self vision of yourself, to treat yourself right, regardless who did you wrong. They would never understand your walk of life at the end of the day because they would never be able to fulfill your shoes. Even when they try to be like you, they take notes at the end of the day and they can't keep up with you. Because God is truly elevating you every single day because God allowed you to heal to go within. And it wasn't a mistake. Because everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey, and that's okay. They would never understand why God closed certain doors in your life. To show you at the end of the day you were truly blessed into yourself and you wasn't a mistake when they didn't know how to love you, let alone protect you. You are worthy of choosing you. God removed those keys out of your hand for all the right reasons, had to change the locks to let you know at the end of the day, I got your back. Don't lose focus when it comes to sight of the day, because you walk by faith, not by sight. They would never understand how I'm truly guiding you in the most healthiest way, not to dim your light. Energy is different. When God closes one door in your life, God opens another door for protection. God showed you what rejection looks like up close in person when your enemy was trying to show you that you wasn't worthy. And your past don't live here today. You're not running from your past. The energy is different. When they thought they had the last laugh, God allowed you to see, hold on 1 second. You understood that receiver. It had your name on it. You was catching your blessings right to left. And you allowed yourself to move forward when it came to your journey. It wasn't going to be a walk in the park, but God was truly guiding you, showing that you are worthy of genuine people truly loving you, regardless if they blood related or not. Respect was a two-way street. When your past brought you nothing but chaos and confusion to disturb your peace, you allowed people to come into your life when it came to your past. They disrespected you, laughed at your pain, said that you slow, stupid, and retarded, said that you wasn't worthy of choosing you. And you have to have malicious intentions at the end of the day. When they had to project pain, it wasn't an even exchange because they saw potential within you, only to realize, hold on 1 second. God was truly protecting you. When the enemy tried to psych out your thought process, your freedom, your pockets, or your eyesight, and you wasn't doing it for likes and views, let alone cloud chasing to fit in. The energy is different. They would never understand how you stand before yourself today. To believe in your faith, that you matter and you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. And I say that respectfully. Like, my content is not for everybody. And I say this respectfully. You disrespect me all day long, but you're watching me watch me, and your blood pressure's going up, and you're only doing yourself wrong. How you disturb your own peace at the end of the day saying that I was the problem. But evidently, I must have did something right in your life. Because I knew how to respect you even when I couldn't see. And I say this respectfully. Regardless of someone's upbringing, not everybody's a nasty person. People like to talk about what people did after the situation when someone disrespected them. But when someone truly walks into your life, they don't have to be disrespectful to you to treat you right. Because we are all not the same. Regardless of your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, your religion, or your culture. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Be mindful and wise how you treat somebody. And I say that respectfully. You don't like somebody because of their looks. You said they're ugly or whatever the case may be, but you're so inspired by them. You would never tell them that you respect them for being their authentic self, something that you can relate to. Was going with and actually love you. Because you lack self-awareness. You lack self-respect. Because if you have respect for yourself at the end of the day, you would understand that someone was only in their own lane and you try to antagonize them. You try to bring drama to them. Only for you to realize that was truly a mistake. How you forget to love you? How you forget to choose you? But you mad at someone that's in their own lane elevating. You mad at someone because they overcame obstacles that was placed in front of them that was supposed to cause them chaos and confusion. It was supposed to psych them out their own free will. It was supposed to make them their own worst enemy. And never not one time did they kick you down to discourage you. They only respected you even when you couldn't see, regardless if they knew you or not. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I am Naya Junior Love Respect. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. When it comes to healing trauma and pain, it's not a race or an overnight process. It's not. And just because you don't understand someone's love language, please be mindful and just stay in your own lane. And especially when someone is not projecting pain. And especially when someone is not projecting malicious intentions to bring harm towards you. I never understood this. Y'all be so focused and worried about someone who does not have malicious intentions, and compared to the folks that's disturbing the peace and has malicious intentions towards innocent people, y'all rather kick the innocent person down than to actually stop the people who's actually kicking people down. But I forgot, you are the bully. And you pick and choose who you want to bully. My content is not for everybody. It's not. But respect is a two-way street. Be mindful and wise. And I say this respectfully, because the enemy comes in different shapes and sizes when you least expect it. And they want to come into your life to disturb your peace. They want to come into your life to break you down. They want to come into your life to make you live in fear. They want to come into your life and throw sport at you in a toxic way. So you won't recognize yourself, to believe in your faith. When God walks in and God is trying to uplift you. God is trying to restore you. God is trying to show you that you are worthy of choosing you. God wants you to realize at the end of the day, I want you to believe in your faith because I didn't make a mistake when I created you. So be mindful and wise when you're kicking your neighbor down and you're saying that God is playing a role in your life. Because the same way you're saying God is picking you up, why would you kick the next person down when God is trying to uplift them? And someone didn't have to do you wrong. All because of the fact that someone was living in their authenticity. And they don't have to have malicious intentions. So you gotta sneak diss them and disrespect them with malicious intentions and gang stalk them and those work in a toxic way. And let me say it to somebody, innocent person. Because of your sexual orientation, no, you're not wrong for standing up for yourself when someone tries to antagonize you and disrespect you and make you feel like you're not worthy. No, you're not wrong because God was in the room when they did what they did, when they said that they laughed at your pain. When they try to humiliate you, they threw rituals at you. They threw spell work at you in a toxic way. You matter and you are worthy. You ain't have to go tick for tack with somebody because God was in the room. And I say that respectfully. And this is why they don't understand how they couldn't antagonize you, because God was guiding you. You walk by faith, not by sight. And when you ask God at the end of the day, hey, show me who this person is, show me who that person is, show me who this person is, God starts to reveal. Not only does God start to reveal, but God shows you who is truly not for you and who's in the background because of the fact that they had malicious intentions to put you in secret competition when you was never part of their race. God created a lane for you to truly elevate and prosper. And all the right people, when they come into your life, they're going to respect you with no malicious intentions, regardless if y'all blood related or not. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They're not going to kick you down, disrespect you, discourage you, or make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you. They're going to show you why God is truly shining a light on you and why you was brought into their life. You was truly a blessing. You was truly a gift. In respect to two-way street, because y'all was willing to meet each other halfway. With no malicious intentions, the energy is different. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. Always protect your energy. Stay warm. I say this respectfully, stay warm. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. And I say this, I gotta say this. Always be yourself. You can't be nobody else. You can't be nobody other than what God created you to be. Regardless if they don't understand, hold on one second, how God is holding favor over you. And you ain't gotta manipulate nobody. You ain't gotta disrespect nobody. You ain't wearing no mask at the end of the day. Because God is truly guiding you. God endured a gift within you. God endured personality within you. It's certain folks that can't relate to their own personality. It's certain folks that have to be a follower, and you know how to be a leader. It's certain folks that don't understand the definition of confidence, but you relate to your confidence and you wear it so well. It looks so good on you too. How you doing, neighbor? I hope you're okay. I'm peace with that. Take it easy. Respectfully, it's looking really good on you, and that's why they walk into your life. They try to dim your light, even when it doesn't matter if you know a person or not. It don't. It could be a total stranger, because you carry yourself so well. You have personality. You may be handsome. You may be beautiful. You may have a beautiful smile. Continue to smile when they want to see you frown. They maybe even want your teeth to be not in your mouth, so you won't recognize your smile. That's how bad they don't want you on the face of earth. They will wish so much bad intentions. They will come check up on you every single day to see if you're actually elevating, if the spell work is actually working, to see if you actually understand your existence. They trying to energy harvest off you, a destiny swipe, or whatever the case may be. They want to see if it's working. But when you truly protected by the good God, they will never understand. Hold on one second. God didn't play about you. Your heavenly mother and your heavenly father. You don't worship the devil. Your soul is not for sale. You don't play with sport in a toxic way. You don't play with rituals in a toxic way. You don't got a destiny swipe with anybody. You don't got to play with black magic, voodoo in a toxic way. You don't got to do love spells to psych someone out their free will. You don't have to play with come to me spells at the end of the day. You don't have to do beauty spells on anybody in the most toxic way. You don't have to do that. You don't. But everybody's not the same. And God showed you at the end of the day, everybody was not supposed to be part of your journey, and that's okay. Always protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. Everybody's walk of life is different. It is. But it's called respect, neighbor. I heard what was endowed within you from a child point of view. I heard what was endowed within you when it came to your adulthood. I just hope one day that you truly go within and one day you truly love you. I truly hope one day that you truly find peace within. Because you know what I realized? You can't have everybody pray for you. Because when people pray for you, it's not something good. You'd be so surprised how much hate and animosity someone could truly have within them. And they just praying for your downfall at the end of the day. So you won't even recognize your own existence. How they will pray for you and pray for you to be sucked out your own free will. You won't be financially stable. They want you to lose everything. But I say this respectfully because I don't have ill intentions and I don't move like that. I'm far from a hater. Far from a hater. And I ain't doing this for likes and views, let alone clout chasing. Because anybody life that I ever endured and went into, anybody I met, I say this respectfully, it was nothing but love and respect. Nothing but love and respect. And peace. Yes. Even when I couldn't see. I didn't have to kick my neighbor down because they was going through a up and down situation. I didn't have to cause chaos and confusion to disturb your peace. Not even a little bit. I wanted to see you smile. I didn't want to see you frown. I had to find ways how you become your best self version of you. How? But everybody's not the same because everybody doesn't want to see greatness with you. How it doesn't matter how long you knew somebody. How you could be around somebody for so long and the whole entire time they hated your guts. They had so much animosity and hate within them because of the fact that it was you. People naturally love you. People naturally respect you. And you ain't have to try hard. People actually gravitate to you, but you are such a popular loner and you know a lot of people. And people be like, hold on one second, how you know that person? That's Naya, genuine love, respect. That's a good person. I don't know what you did to them, because we know they didn't do nothing to you. No, it's the thought process. You know what you know. Nah, respectfully. How someone can hate you because you love you. Someone can hate you because you choose to elevate. Someone can hate you because you decided not to have children. How someone can hate you because you decided to go a path and not allowing someone to control you. Not allowing someone to manipulate you. Not allowing someone to disrespect you. So what happens is, because you're a kind, loving person, people take your kindness as a weakness. And I never understood that mindset. Like, I really think y'all really need a straight body jacket, like, no, respectfully, with a diagnosis attached to it. Because the math doesn't even add up. Someone doesn't have malicious intentions towards you, so you decide to take their kindness for weakness and use it against them as they're weak, slow, stupid, and retarded. I never understood that. And the person doesn't even have to wish bad on you for the outcome that you did to them. In no shape or form. My content is not for everybody. It's not. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I say this respectfully. You don't go unnoticed. And I truly appreciate your time for showing up. And I truly wish the best for you and your healing journey of you choosing you, regardless to what you've been through, down to the unhealthy relationships, the abandonment issues as a child, the lack of love, the spell work being done on you, the strangers in the street that didn't know how to respect you. Whatever transpired in your journey, I truly just hope that one day you continue to find peace within it and understand balance, that is one day at a time, to truly choose yourself. Because actions speak louder than words when you say that you truly want to change. And you fall from a hater because you want everybody around you to elevate, even if you don't know them. And I say that respectfully. And you're not doing it for likes and views or little clout chasing or let alone just to fit in. That energy is different. When you ain't got to sit there and manipulate somebody. When you ain't got to sit there and just act like you're so in tune with folks at the end of the day and you're really not invested. You could care less. You just want to paint a picture that you're such a good person and you're really not. My content is not for everybody. So I just truly hope that you truly, one day, you continue to find peace within and don't give up on yourself when it comes to your healing journey. And not everybody's meant to be part of your journey, and that is okay. Because what's truly for you will show up for you. What's truly for you is going to respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And that's okay. God is not manipulation. God is not malicious intentions. God is not for sale. Your soul is not for sale. It's not. My content is not for everyone. Stay warm. You're mad and you're worthy. Don't give up on you because they gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey. You are worthy of choosing you. You are worthy of finding balance to know that you are loved and you are respected by the folks that don't have malicious intentions towards you. But be mindful and wise when you see a red flag for what it truly is at the end of the day. Don't reject yourself to project pain because someone can't meet you halfway. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Have a good day. Peace and respect. Say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Humanity worthy. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I gotta go. I need a nap. Thank you for your time. Who would have thought your first heartbreak would have been someone that was supposed to protect you? Who would have thought your first heartbreak would be someone that didn't know how to love you? Who would have thought your first heartbreak would be someone at the end of the day had malicious intentions towards you? Who would have thought your first heartbreak would have been someone that played with sport work at you, that throw sport work at you in a toxic way? Nobody couldn't relate to you, understand you. You tried to speak up for yourself, but they went against you. What was love in your book at the end of the day? You couldn't even recognize yourself to go with and actually love you. You lost faith, you lost hope. All because of the fact that someone didn't know how to show up for you. You're mad and you are worthy. It's not a crime to love yourself. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. Childhood trauma, going into your adulthood, you are truly worthy of choosing you. You know, healing trauma and pain is not forced. It's not. You have to be mentally ready to want to change, to go within. Actions speak louder than words when you're not trying to see yourself frown. And I say that respectfully. You're not doing it for likes and views, let alone cloud chasing to be down. But I just hope when you're mentally ready to choose you to remove that mask. Just leave innocent people alone in your process, because it's not a race. I'm not hitting you in love, respect. Thank you for your time.